Generic greetings! When we left off, we had created a fair bit of wall. As you can see from the map, we've got a wall on the right-hand side going along there. We've got one on the left-hand side going up and then along. And what we need to do in this episode, at a minimum, is finish it off. So we need to get a wall and defences, so the gun turrets, put in from this little bit of water here, either up and along, and then down. And I don't know whether to go to the left or right of that oil field. I'm not really too sure yet. We'll see how much it's going to take. Or go right along and down. Now, there's a bit of problem with that, and we'll get to that later on, and people have mentioned it in the comments, but the main problem is this. There's a very, very small gap in the water, and, oh, there's some research done. There's a very, very small gap there, and that is going to cause us a lot of issues, because they could just walk right in there, and good spot in the comments there, so that's good. I'm going to fix that right now. Actually, I'm going to set some fluid handling or advanced oil processing. Fluid handling going, I think, because we also want to get oil up and running in this episode as well. So what I need to do is just go back up the top, and I'm going to take out of these chests here. We'll just press Alt so we can see that. Everything that's in these two chests, because these are our walls. There we are. And while we're running down the other side, I'm just checking. I haven't got much iron, so I'm going to pick up all of the iron here, like so, and that's all picked up. A couple of people have mentioned that we didn't have nice throughput on this part, so we weren't putting enough enough iron ore into this side to get the iron plates out, but that's not the case anymore. That's all fixed. That is good. We've also got some steel on the go there, which is good. I'm going to pick that up. That's very nice. And then we'll head down the bottom. But we do need to speed up our processing of that, because as you can see, we've got a bit of a shortage in places as well. So we'll have to sort that out. We'll get to that in just a moment. What I'm going to do is just rip everything up off the line, and obviously that'll make everything speed up. But then, you know, it's going to mess around anyway, because it's going to speed things up, but it's then going to take all the materials and crack on. Actually, I've got a problem with copper. We don't have a problem with copper. It's just taking it's sweet time. Anyway, over the bottom right here, and actually what I wanted to do is run some gun turrets. Probably just one will do us quite nicely, just for this bit here. It's very, very difficult to see because it's in the trees and stuff, so that's why I missed it. But as I said, someone did spot it in the comments and just said, oh, by the way, there's a bit of wall there that you've got missing. Yeah, it's a very nice catch. So what I want to do is run that like that and like that. That's fine on that side, that's fine on that side. And then we just need a gun turret. There we go. We will say, I don't know, 19 ammos? 19 ammos should be more than sufficient. There we go. Right, so we should have plugged that gap. Yep. Looks like it's plugged. And running around. That looks fine. That's okay. Follow this through. Yes, that looks okay. Right, okay, sorted. It's now getting dark. I know there's been a couple of people mention about some mods where you can lighten it up, but there's a little bit of an issue with it because it's on Steam now. It every time you mess around with it, it's a little bit problematic to get them all working and such, and some of them are out of date. So I just decided to stay stock for the time being. Obviously, that might change later on. So what we need to do is get these walls. So we'll just pick all these walls up. We do have some bases up the top and the basically bases there, and there, and we could go over there to resolve the issue by shooting them, but I haven't really got a great gun. What I'll probably do is eventually go for tanks, which are there, but we do need military 3 and automobilism, and we don't have that, so that's going to cause us some issues. What I do want to do is go to our production. No, I want to go to production. And I need to get myself some pump jacks. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to say 2 oil refineries. And then we'll get some chemical plants at some point, because we need to start thinking about oil. We also have a problem with power, I believe. Let's have a quick look. We can see that in terms of consumption and production, we're not there. We've got a bit of a problem there. So production is at its absolute maximum, but if we go, oh, that's the wrong button. If we go down the bottom left here, we can see that the steam engines, their performance is, it's going up as much as it can. I mean, these are all working fairly fine. That's okay. No, that seems about right. Let's have just a quick look here. No, we're not actually. No, we're only just on the limit there. We're only just on the limit. We could go for, I believe, do we have? I don't think we have it yet. No, we don't. We don't have solar panels yet. Solar panels are there, so we can get them at some point, and it is advantageous for us to do so because they are clean energy panels, and you know we don't have any problems with pollution and such. And more pollution just makes things spawn faster. So I think what we'll do, we might go for that right now, actually. It's going to cost us 100 science packs of each, 100 science pack 1 and science pack 2s, but then we will get solar panels, which are very, very useful. Only in the daytime, obviously. In the nighttime, and you're screwed. But it does mean that we can still, though, generate some nice clean energy. Right, this is our ammo system, and do we really want to make any more ammo? Yes, we probably do, because when we think about it, we're going to put loads of gun turrets up the top. Now, I was going to use laser turrets, but instead what I'm going to do is fill the entire thing with gun turrets first, because gun turrets are actually quite easy to make. And if I do that, it means that I can actually, place them all and get them all sorted, and then progress over to energy ones. Because the thing is, you need to produce electric ones. They're called lasers, aren't they? The laser ones, you need batteries, and batteries you need oil, and it's just going to take far too long. So we're going to pick these up, like so, and we'll run over to the bottom right, pick up some of our ammo. There we go. And then we'll pick up some of our stone walls. And now we need to start running the wall. Now, this has been a point of contention in the comments about where we run the wall. So we could run the wall straight across and then down to there. All right? Another school of thought is that we run it up and then across. Again, the reason for that is then you get this iron ore bit inside it. But to be honest with you, when it comes to iron, I don't think we're going to run out anytime soon. So I'm not really too bothered about that. What I'm thinking about is what's going to be the most efficient way of doing it. I know a couple of people said running it across and then down to there is the shortest distance. It is, but actually you're spending more material, because what you save on not going further, you're losing because you're having to bring it down further to connect up to this. Because if I extend it to there and then down, then that's using a bit more material here, where if we actually brought it to that side, you would just use it there. So actually bringing it along and down to here is a better idea. So we will be including this oil field in our wall system, but it depends whether we run up and along to that, to this bit here, and then from there down. And I'm leaning towards running up and along, because more space is generally a good thing. But do I really need to do that? And is it going to cause a bit of a problem with defense? When it comes to trees, I'm also going to have to demolish loads more trees. So I think what we'll do, for sake of not ripping up the entire earth, we will go along like this. And this will be our wall. And obviously we're not including that field there that we've just passed, because it is outside of it. But it means that if we want to go include that, it's quite easy. We build the wall up and around like that, and I think that's the overall solution. So where do we want to go from here? We do need to continue going, and we need to probably build the wall up from this part and go up through these trees. So let's just demolish some trees. I've only got a couple of wall pieces left anyway, so we can't go any further with that one. But we'll build a lot of walls, so that's all good. We'll rip these trees up here. And actually, while I'm doing that, I'll probably say build me 10 gun turrets. I'll use all of the materials I've got left on me, because it's going to take a little bit of a building. That one, that's for sure. And we'll rip all these trees up. And like I said, I don't know how far I want to go, but it's still further in. So if we had some sort of tank, we could just drive straight through these. I know when I first built a tank, or used a tank rather, I went, oh, I wonder what happens if you hit trees. And normally if you hit a tree in a buggy, then it's problematic, because you will get a lot of damage on the buggy. And I hit it with a tank, and it went dung. Yeah, right. It's made of wood. I'm made of metal, probably a couple of 100 tons of tank. Don't care about that. And it just went straight through the thing. I think I might have taken a tiny bit of damage, but nothing that I would go, oh my god, I've taken damage on my tank. No, I just sort of nodded and went, yep, that's some damage, that, no problem at all. Anyway, finishing off this running of wall, or rather the planning of the running. There we go. For some people, some reason people have started saying that I'm like Trump, and I'm saying we should build a wall to keep all of the things out. I'll be honest, it's a bit disturbing being called like Trump. That's not a good thing, I don't think. Anyway, some people may disagree, but yeah, all right then. Right. So that is now pretty much clear. So when we get the materials, we can build across. What we need to do is place our gun turrets. Now I'm going to go on the far left-hand side and build them from there because we've already got some placed, and it means I can get some rough measurements. And there's some research finished as well, which is solar panels. That is good. So we got lab efficiency to get, and that increases the speed bonus by 20%. That's quite good. I think I definitely want advanced style processing at some point. Flammables, military 2. Military 2 is easy because then you get piercing rounds and grenades. So we might as well get that, and it's going to probably take about 30 seconds of research. So yeah, we'll go for that one. I know that people have mentioned me ripping up trees is not a good idea, but I don't really have a choice. The thing is with trees, they're supposed to reduce pollution. Now, I don't even know if that's true. I really don't know if that's true or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bump, and then we're going to go from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then, damn it, 1, 2, 3, 5, and then we're just going to place that there. There you go. 30 seconds. I don't know how long that was, actually, but probably about that. Let's go for a logistical 2. Will give us access to vehicles and railways. We also get some fast splitters as well, which we could use. We haven't got electrical distribution 2. Do we have accumulators? I don't think we do because we don't have sulfur processing, which requires... sulfur processing is needed for batteries, and there's the actual battery there, and then you can get accumulators, which are, as far as I'm aware, capacitors, not batteries. I think then we should go for... Let's have a quick look. What do we need for the tank? Tank is military 3, which we don't have any science pack 3s. We will get onto that at some point, but that's going to be a couple of episodes time, I would imagine. Tankage is automobilism, which we could get, but we will need engines first. Engines, oh no, we have engines. We do have engines. Logistics 2, gates. Well, we actually haven't got gates. So let's build that. Actually, no, because that's a bit of a waste. Let's go for lab efficiency, because I don't really know what to go for at the moment, so I might as well do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that one there. This obviously is not a exact science where I'm placing these things. I'm not really too bothered. Just I want a rough idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bump. There we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place 4, 5, and then place. So obviously I've not put any ammo on these gun turrets, but I will at some point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When I say at some point, I mean sooner rather than later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that one there. So we're out of materials now, so I can't really build any more. What I'll do then, I will go around all of these and then place some ammos in them. So there's 17 in that one. I'll pretty much be emptying my pockets here. But that's okay. 14 in there. And then 13 in that one. And then 13 in that one. Obviously, when we get under, when we actually end up being attacked, then we will have to mess around and whatnot and make sure that everything's going a-okay and refill the ammo. But that's something I will do later on. Now, these are still generating walls. People have mentioned that we've got a bit of a problem in that this is not bringing up the materials fast enough. Yes, you are right. It's why we don't actually technically need that, because it's not doing anything anymore. And I could just rip all these up, but there's no reason why we can't just leave it, I guess. But might as well, just for the sake of clearing a path when we... Do we need that bit? Nope, we didn't. Okay. Right. Yeah, we might as well just clear a path. Like so. Make sure, because we get some materials back and stuff like that, so that's always worth it. Run up to this side, pick up the walls, which we now got 90 stone walls. This is good. This is most good. We have not got any ammo. Oh, there's 88 ammos. That is good amount of ammos. But we do not have any iron. Again, we've got a problem with iron there. The lack of. And we'll just run along this belt and pick up all of this. That is fine. Job done. And there we are. Same as this place. This is trying to build some... That's trying to build some nice... I always call them electronic circuits. I just call them electronics. Or the green circuit board things. Just call them circuit boards. Right. Put that in there and that in there. And that'll make some more ammo. That's good. And then we'll go back up to the wall. So, we've also got solar panels. What I'm going to do is put... Actually, I'm going to say guns. I want to put all of them in the queue. And we can make a lot of solar panels there by the look of it. As you can see. So, it might be worth automating solar panels. So let's just see what we can do. And I think there. Like that. And then we want inserter, inserter. And then I want to put it out. And then that can make... Ah, solar panels have to be created in a number 2 one. You have to have them ones there, which is assembly machine 2. Okay, well, I'm going to set that up because we definitely need to automate solar panels because they take an age to create, and me sitting there to actually do that would not be very good. What I'm going to do is pick up all of this here as well off the line because it will be useful for us later on. As you can see, there's research going on quite well there. A lot of people have commented on how efficient this thing is. It's not overly efficient. I mean, well, I say that some people have commented how efficient it is. Some people have also commented the other way, saying it's absolute garbage. But no, I think it is fine. It does the job quite nicely. And, you know, there are problems, but, you know, we're not making a absolute perfect thing. It's not really possible. So solar panels here, we need a total of, well, we need steel. So what I'm going to do is put all my steel in there. And then all of these electronic circuits. And then you also need copper. So I'm just going to put loads of copper in there. There we go. Now all I need to do is just connect these up. So I think 1 and then 2 and then boom. And now that's going to start creating solar panels, which will probably take quite a while. Let's see how long it takes. Today's beverage is grapefruit juice. Oh, it's that cheap stuff as that I've mentioned in the previous episode as well. Them inserters are taking an absolute age, aren't they? So what we're going to do, we're going to make some fast inserters, and then we'll replace these. And as you can see, they're a lot quicker. Yeah, that's much quicker. It's sort of a false economy because it looks like it's taking ages, but it actually fills it up again once you've got it sorted. So once it's starting to build that, it will keep putting it in. So that's all good. Pick this up, this ammo, and this ammo here. And then I need to run down again and then pick all of this up. So there we go. And I just want to run over to the side here and then shove in some of them because we've just got them in my pocket. Right, so pick all of this up off the line, pick some of this iron up. There's a research done. And I think I'm going to go for sulfur processing. And there we go. Right, so they are now creating solar panels. We now have a solar panel as well. There you go. They are now creator rating. This is good. We won't be able to make a lot of them because they do take a lot of resources, but we will make some, and some is better than nothing, especially considering it's pretty much free energy in the long term, you know, because you just have a lot of them. And then the best plan is just to have accumulators, and let me see, I want to put a couple more in there. You have accumulators, you see, and then that allows you to store the energy overnight, which is obviously important because solar panels don't generate anything in the night. Obviously, this should be obvious to you, but you know, I thought I'd point it out nonetheless. And it's something that you want to do because, like I say, you store the energy in the day. Then the night, when you have when you've got a bit of a deficit because your steam engines can't cope, then they will output, and then this is all good. Right, so we need to build probably some more gun turrets. Let's crack on with that one. Almost finished the wall to the edge here, so let's just do that. Let's just run the wall all the way along like so. Actually, this wall is quite long, isn't it? It really is a big wall. A couple of people have mentioned how thick we should have it, and they say we should thicken it up and make it a little bit bigger. I am not convinced that that is the right way to go. I think the 2 thickness all the way through at the moment is probably enough. So, yeah, we'll stick with that. What I'm going to do is run a single wall now, because I want to get to the end. I didn't get to the end. Okay, well, I wanted to run a single wall so we can get to the end. That obviously did not happen, but it means we can put in a gun turret here and then just sort of do that. And that should be us sorted. Almost done for the wall. I know we need to do a raid on one of the bases at some point, but I don't know what I can do it in. I could always build a car. Building a car would work, and we'll probably see about doing that later on. But we'll see how it goes. I'm just clearing a path here because obviously we need to put our guns in as well. So there we go. I've just ripped that up. And then we need to go back to guns. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then there, that goes there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this one in between the two, which is it's closer, but it doesn't matter. Right, So we need half all the ammos. As I said, about sort of 12, 13, 14 ammos, whatever, on each of these. As long as we've got some in each of the guns, then I'm not really too bothered. There we are. And then this one is done. And that's just the ammo that I have. Ah, and then there's that one in the middle that we haven't got ammo up. But look at that wall. That's a very, very nice wall. And it will keep the Gribblies out because we don't want the Gribblies coming in. No, 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 no. They will attack us. And that is all bad. Right. We will select all of this. These are out of coal, so I will fuel them back up by putting in 50 coal. There we are, because this steel smelting here is not automated, it is a manual process. There's some ammo there. We will pick all that up, and like so. I think we need to actually have them create even more ammo, so we'll just, again, put that in. Now, we could, if we wanted to, force it so we run a belt all the way around the wall and then have it automatically put in, like create the ammo and then put that ammo in the, put the ammo inside the guns, but I think that would be, it would just be overdoing it, I think. I don't really see a point in doing that. What I do see a point in doing is picking up this wall and then forgetting about it. Do we want to forget about it for the time being? I really... let me just put the stone brick in there because we've got loads of it. I don't know if I want to forget about it. I really want to get onto oil processing, but also I'm aware that if we get attacked, then this is not a good thing. So we should probably finish it off. We've got plastics there to research, and I'm going to start researching that as well. I can build a shotgun, but I have not yet done so, but we'll see how it goes. There's our solar panels, and these are out of steel. So what I'll do, I'll put the steel that I picked up in there. Now, obviously, it's not going to do a lot because we haven't got a lot of steel. But it's something. All of this area here is where we're probably going to put our solar panels. The thing is, though, we've got a lot of oil. It's very surprising. Normally, you don't get this much oil to start off with, well, from my experience anyway. And admittedly, that's a limited experience, but still, we've got a lot of... Is that tree? No, that is a tree in there. Yeah, we'll fix that. And we are just running out of wall. Almost there, but we are pretty much sorted for this thing. Yeah, the problem is we've got a lot of oil dotted around, which means we can't place our solar panels in big blocks, and that's going to be an issue. That is a pump jack, not a gun. Speaking of gun, we do need to make several units of gun. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then one more to go there, and we'll cancel the rest of them because it'll go about there, and job done. So we will just fill them all up, and we are going to be, again, a little bit of ammo short. That's really annoying. I'm going to build it manually here, so I'm going to build, say, 12 or 13 ammo just so I can go over to here and then fill this up. And then I'll come back and sort the rest of the wall out. And then the wall is done. That is a fairly big wall all the way around the base. We've got a lot of things covered. Hopefully there won't be any gaps anywhere. Let's have a quick look and zoom out. The radar's still scanning, but we've only found these couple of bases, you see, and they're not really getting any bigger as far as I can tell, which is obviously something we want to avoid. We don't want them getting too big and then too big to attack. You want to make sure you take them out early. And then you get alien science packs from that as well, so that's okay. So, pick all of this up. Go to the wall. That's 10 wall on me now. That's a lot of ammo. What I'm going to do is stop the ammo production. It's going to finish it off. Yes, it is. Pick that up. And there we go. I've got 40 odd ammo. And there we got 30 odd wall. Now I could, if I wanted to, stop producing wall. But I think for the time being, I might as well let it crack on. But what I will do is actually rip this up here. So I want to pick that up and pick these up here, and then just smelt brick. So this is just going to be smelting brick just for later on, because you do end up making brick walls and like things like that. Not brick walls, sorry. You end up building like concrete and stuff for flooring. So it's probably worth it. Right, so over the top right here, everything is sorted apart from this wall, and boom, the Great Wall is now finished. That took a lot longer than I thought it would, but it is actually worth it. We can actually get rid of these, by the way. You just press C. It just takes ages. Absolutely ages. So, what do we need to do? We need to get oil up and running, oil industry. So, where's the best place to put it? Well, I did ask in the comments, and a lot of people said, oh, we should put it here, there, everywhere, whatever. And I think where we're going to put it is the right-hand side, over here. And it means that we can collect it here, store it there, process it here, and then pump it round to into the main factory line to do things. Or we could actually do it up the top right there. Top left, rather. If I get left and right correct at some point, it might help you out. Right, let's have a quick recce, shall we? We'll have a look up the top and see what we've got. Let me just pick up the steel here, like so. Pick this up. Job done. How many solar panels have we got? 20. Oh my good grief! That's a lot of solar panels, isn't it? 22 solar panels each. Wow. Okay, this is good. Let me forget about everything I was about to do. I'm going to just get these solar panels up and running. If we put it here, we can pick it up here, and then process it here, store it here, and then bring the other stuff down the bottom. But then it's quite a ways from the factory, isn't it? It is quite away from the factory. I don't care at the moment. Yeah, that's right. That's what I mean. I don't actually care at the moment. I'm going to get these solar panels up and running. So I need to get rid of this. That is now gone. And this one. Takes a lot of ammo, this. Apparently shooting a hard stone rock with ammo, just with a machine gun, is not the best way of going about things. Right, so we need to use... Oh, the guns are shooting. The guns are shooting. Alerts. 3 turrets are engaged with the enemy up the top. Yeah, there. They've just fired. That is the very first attack we've had. And there they are. That one's pointing forward. There you go. There's some creepers. I don't know if you can see that because it's dark, but there's some creepers there. They've come in and tried to attack us. That is the first of several bazillion attacks, so I'm not really too bothered. What we need to do, though, is go to logistics and then to medium electrical poles, and we need to build a couple of them, and then a couple of big electrical poles, because we want to start placing some of these solar panels. So, one there, and then I'm just going to run them up. Obviously, running them through oil is never a good idea. What I'll do is leave them for now, and I want to get them connected up first, so I'll have them like that. Now there is ways, if you do it like that, you get them in a nice even distribution. Obviously it means me ripping up these trees, but that's not too bad. We can handle that. But whatever we do, we're gonna have to pull these trees up. It's one of the things I think I've mentioned before, that when I started the series, I thought, right, the last time we did this, we spent 40 odd episodes on a bit of desert, and there's no way I want to do that again. Let's have some greenery around. But the great shame of it is that all I've done pretty much since I've started this thing is destroy all of the trees because they're in the way. And it's a very smart thing because there's no way to rebuild them as far as I'm aware. And I don't even know if they grow. I don't know if you get saplings and stuff when they start growing up. I don't know. Don't know if that's the case. I don't think you can. Don't think you get baby trees. Treelings. Right, so pull these up. There we go. We'll have some Ents coming after me now, I think. Because I'm pretty much like Isengard. And there we go. Alright, so we'll now run some more solar panels. And we will start from... I think we'll put one there, and then we can start... Would it be there? So it'll be there. That's not right. There's some wrong distribution going on here. Ah, it's because I've placed all of these wrong. Oh! Okay, pull them up. This is why you place the... you have to check them. So it's a gap of 2. Is it 1, 2? Yeah, it is a gap of 2. Gap of 2 between them. Ah, yeah, it's the maximum extension of the line. So that's fine. So... And then we'll pull that up. They're saying they're not connected, which is... Technically true, they're not connected to any grid that we have. They're just like running up and down. And we're going to run the same thing up. I'm very happy we've got all these put in, actually, or that we've got them pretty much sorted. Let me put the connections in, and as you can see, because of where we've placed them, all of these connect up, so we've got a good distribution. Well, we've got good distribution, rather, and we've got good connections. This is all good. Now what we need to do is at the bottom here, we'll put a long pole. A long pole is long. And then we will run these further down to probably there. We don't want any further because then we'll end up connecting to this stuff. We don't want to. We want to avoid going into there because we know in the future that we'll have to connect stuff up. And then we're going to run them this further along to here, and then we'll run it right into the center because we know that this line here is pretty much never going to get destroyed. So we'll put it, I think, in here. And hang on. If I can stand still, boomf. That should now turn the steam engine off, I would assume. No, they're not. It hasn't turned the steam engine off, but oh no, yeah, pretty much. Look at that. It's turned it from almost maximum steamage to right down to the bottom and almost nothing. That is good. This is most good. Right, we need batteries. Let's start researching that, and then we can start getting other things. We can get batteries, I guess, obviously. And we can get storage at night. Yeah, this is all good. Right, let's connect. Let's pick up this steel. And then we need to pick up some iron. I do need to speed this up. Now, I know a couple of people have said the best way to speed it up is to get modules, but you can't put modules in these things. Can't put modules in steam furnaces. You can electric furnaces, but this is why electric furnaces are the best, because you don't burn coal on them, although you do generate energy the other way, generally by steam engines, so you are going to use some of that anyway. So it's a little bit, it's not as like easy as you might think. Oh, looks like some more guns are firing again up the top. We need to probably go up and put some more ammo in that. And how are these progressing on? These are progressing on quite well. They're just gonna build walls until the end of time. So anyway, yeah, we've got some more solar panels here. This is good. We will probably put in some more steel and some more of them, and they'll just crack on. I'm actually out of copper as well. Copper plate. I'm not really out of copper plate. It's just I haven't picked any up. And we do have some in here. There you go. That'll do me quite nicely. I've also got loads of. I've got wood, so I can just put that in here. We don't need, also, we've got some legacy stuff. We don't need any of that, like so. I will keep some on me because you need it for poles and certain things like that. So, where am I going to start the oil things? So far, solar panels and walls. It might not be the most interesting to do, but it's a very, very important thing. So, we've got a big oil field there. Just a bit more research done there as well. This is good. We've got electric engine, which will give us things like power armor and robotics and flight. We're actually progressing on quite nicely there. We have got advanced cell processing, which I really, really want, but we haven't got there. Explosives, no. Logistical network, or rather logistics. There we go. Electric energy accumulators, and they don't require blue science packs. Although I fear that what I should really get up and running before anything else is a gun turret upgrade, which is damage bonus. That might be useful. If we keep on top of things, then that's the main. That's a good thing. I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to go for laboratory speed bonus. So where we're going to place the oil, either there or there. Let's do a quick recce, and I'm going to run. Well, I'm up the top here. If I do it up the top, it means I'm going to have to rip up all these trees. So crude oil is yield 400 nod. That is yield 400 nod. That is yield 294. That's a 300 nod, and it's really difficult to see where the rest of the oil is. That just says tree 5. Tree 5, tree 2. There's some oil there as well. Hang on. That is 300 nod. So we're we've got, the highest is 4, the lowest is very, very high. Very high 200s, I think. It was 290 odd, yeah, so it's okay. Over here, we've got 100 nod, 100 nod, 200 nod, 170, 170. So that's just spread out there, but that's not the main one. This is the main one. So this is 188, 400 nod, 400 nod, 400 nod, 300 nod, 2, 2, 2, Yeah, so this is where we're going to have it. This is where we're going to have our oil. So let's just quickly rip up some trees and start placing some pump jacks and think about where we want to do it. Obviously, the main advantage of putting them here is that we don't have many trees to worry about. We can just pretty much clear this out and then store it around here. Speaking of storage, we do need that, but I don't have any steel. That's problematic. Right, so the problem with these pump jacks here is that we probably won't be able to have everything connected up. So where is the main supply? So that is 4, 3, 4, 4. Alright, so these top ones are the most important ones. So one there, one there, one there. 4, 3, so there and there. Oh, we can connect them all up. Yes, we will be able to connect them all up. It's just going to be very difficult to probably sort them all out. So let's just do that. We should use some underground pipes, but this is going to be the solution. I'm running this across like so because then we can do that. There we are. So by the way, there is a max amount of oil you can pump through, but I'm not really too bothered about the amount we can pump out. It's, you know, whatever we get, we get. We'll be filling up tanks anyway, and that'll be okay. So there's the start of our oil. I might as well, while I'm here, build some... I can't. I already know because I'm out of steel. We cannot build... Yeah, we can't build big electrical poles because we're out of that. Okay. We're also very short of copper. Look at that. It's really not... Are we... Is it because we're not smelting enough? I think because of the stone furnaces, we're just not smelting enough copper. So what we're going to do... We're going to pick up all of these ones here, and then we're going to make some steel furnaces. Stone brick is required, which is good because I've been making stone brick over this side. There you go. And we can make 7 steel furnaces. We'll crack on with that one. I do actually need some more steel, I think, but let's just rip all this up so I can get some iron, because I do need it. And then I'm going to come down, and then anywhere we've got one of these, we will pop this in, and there you go. That's already going to speed things up quite nicely. In fact, that's pretty much doubled the speed, I believe, of the amount of copper we're going to get. This is most good. Right. There's that sorted. Over here we can... I don't think we need to put that brick back. What we do need to do, though, is get some more steel. So I will place that there. And then we'll go again. We'll have an innie and an outie. And that'll... Actually, no, we don't even need an outie, do we? We just need that. And then we need to put our fuel in it, which we are short of. That is now fueled up. That is now fueled up. And that is now fueled up. The problem we might have here is that we are ripping a lot off the line now. We are ripping a lot of that off the line to make steel. So we'll have to sort that out later on because we'll probably have a bit of an issue with it. Let's just pull up these solar panels. And obviously these are now out of everything. And there's nothing I can do about that. There's no point in cracking on because we'll probably be out of it. We're out of materials and it's just going to take us a while. Just check the magazines up here because obviously these have been firing. Yeah, there's only a couple, so that's fine. Okay, 24 more solar panels. This will probably allow us to not use any electricity. Or rather not need to generate any electricity from the steam engines in the day. This is good. This is most good because it means our carbon footprint, I guess, has been reduced to... Well, it's been reduced a lot. Again, good because it means the critters won't come after us as much. And they won't grow as much, I believe. So there is our... connection. There we go. Might as well finish that off. I might as well, in fact... No, I'm not going to continue. Do I want to continue on placing these? No, there's only one of them anyway, so no. Right, so there's that. And if I check the steam engines, we'll probably see that we've got very little. I'm just going to put another one of them big electrical poles in the queue. But actually, while I'm here, I'll go up. I'll just take a little bit of a detour and pick up all the steel plates from that. Because then we can create some more, and then some more of them. Right, so yes, steam engines are only just firing up now, as you can see. The on and off, on and off, on and off. Yeah. So we've almost got the entire factory. It looks like we're firing up the top there, but nothing's taken damage yet, which is good. And you have to remember that we've got 10 labs on the go. The labs take a lot of power. Let's have a quick look. They're taking nearly 600 kilowatts. So in the factory in total, we've got the assembly machine 2s taking nearly 1,000, nearly a megawatt. Yeah, a megawatt. We've got 1.5 megawatts-ish on the electric mining drills. So, overall, okay. Not too bad. Let me just pick all of this stuff up here so these can crack on. And then we need to go back on the right-hand side, and I do need to make some storage tanks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 storage tanks, just for now, And we will store all of the oil in... Ooh, there's some nice research done. I think we will go for... That would be nice. That gives us electric furnaces. Furnaces. Furnace. So, but we get electric furnace. That's a lot of work. I think instead we will go for modules. Right, so we do need to build these things. These are our... Now, these will be our storage tanks. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we will run pipe work into that. Now, what I'll do is I'll connect them up here. These ones from the bottom will pump down, probably, and then run across that way. I think. I haven't yet decided. And then we will... Oh, we can't build a pump jack because we don't have enough steel. We're really short on the steel. But anyway, let's connect these up with some electrical systems. And then we need one of them. Actually, we could probably get rid of that one. Put that one there. And then run it up. That connects up to that. But I don't like that. I like to have it connected to a big electrical pole, which is there. There we are. So because we know that that big electrical pole is never going to move. Or no, it might move, but the chance of these moving are higher. So that means now, if we look on this side, we now have pump jacks on the go. And you can see we've got some crude oil pumping. And that should be going into, yes it is, into our storage tanks. So we now have some storage tanks. We also have, as you can see, refineries, which will then output loads of stuff, which will be then placed around here. And I'm going to do that and just take this out, because this is where we need to think about chemical plants and worry about what we're going to do with the crude oil that we've generated. There's our modules done. We can go for efficiency modules and go for productivity modules. I think we'll actually go for decrease energy consumption. That's good, but what else does it do? Is that it? That's all it does, apparently. This one, see, they all require advanced circuits, which we don't have yet. Advanced circuits. I believe you need, let's have a quick look. You need plastic, which is something we need to create, but I did research it earlier on. So, I think it's oil time. There's nothing else we can do. We're going to have to work on oil. We've got bullet shooting damage and things like that, but I don't really care about that too much at the moment. Logistic or advanced electronics will get us to robotics and effect transmission and the rocket silos, which obviously rocket silos is something we really do need to get, but that does take quite a bit to get and to make. You need rocket control units, and oh my good grief, look at all this. Lots of things, satellites, and oh no, you make satellites in low density structures and silos and control units. Oh good grief. Right. Laser turrets would be good. Logistics too, we're going to go for, because that gives us a nice little calm we can do a scout about. Right, we're going to leave it there. We have done some nice stuff, I think. It's not been the most interesting. We haven't been messing around with the factory too much, but we have got a wall to protect us all the way along. And as you can, as you've seen, it's already been good, useful, because we've been attacked 2 or 3 times now. Stuff's been waving into here, so that is good. It was very important that we got that up and running, the wall and all the defences. We've got a lot of solar panels put in. I don't know how many we've actually got. I could easily check, though, by going over to this and then clicking on it. We have a total of nearly 68 solar panels. This is good. As you can see, the sun's coming up now. So this is going to go up. And then hopefully, eventually, the production of the steam engines will start to go down, because this is now taking it over. That's generating about 4 kilowatts in total, them steam engines. And this will probably generate it's 4 megawatts, and this will probably be able to generate about 3 megawatts in total for the solar panels. This is good. Anyway, we got that done, and we also got the oil put in as well. All of these are now producing that, and then you can see the crude oil's filling up in them barrels, in them storage tanks. So we're doing well. We are doing quite well. Next episode, we need to work out all of the oil processing, which is a massive, mammoth task. We also need to think about... what else shall I put in the research queue? Might as well put circuit network in. We also need to think about how we can increase our iron production, because we are producing a fair bit of iron, but I don't think producing enough iron. So we need to think about that one. But if we're going to redesign this area, which I don't think we'll get redesigned next episode, but we'll have a think about it, we need to think about not using coal, because the coal is, well, obviously we're burning it and we're getting a nice, it's pretty much, so we've got an unlimited coal supply for the game. There's no real problem there. But what we don't have is the luxury of being able to keep pumping that stuff out, because we'll just get attacked more and more and more. So it's worth it if we go towards electric smelters. But that takes a lot of energy and blah 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 blah. So we'll have a think about that one. As always, comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and research is finished. And generic partings, obviously.